Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Here's How I Blackboarded. We're going to be continuing on with the expert maps. Next map I want to do is Workshop. As you can see, I already goldboarded it just to do some practice runs beforehand, just to kind of get a strategy I wanted to do down. As maps at this point have become so difficult that I can't really just kind of wing it. I actually have to think about what I'm going to place down. Even though I did do a few practice runs, the strategy is still kind of in development, as I really just kind of placed down stuff whenever I went. I do have an idea of what I want to do for kind of late game. It's really just mid game that's a bit difficult. What I want to do late game is Glaive Lord plus Final Harmonic. That's a pretty solid combo. The only issue is of course saving up for those towers. Neither of those two towers are really good at mid-game. Glaive Lord's too expensive, in my opinion, to really be a reliable mid-game. And Final Harmonic doesn't really do any damage on its own, needs some supporting options. And I don't plan on getting Final Harmonic till past round 80 anyways. So for the mid-game, I was thinking Dark Knight and Spiked Mines. That seems like a pretty solid combo. Dark Knight will take care of all the mob class balloons, while Spiked Mines can take care of the insides. And of course Sada could also help out in the mob damage department, but she's mainly here just for a free early game. Well, I don't really want to say free because round 14 is kind of RNG. Then some runs I am able to beat it without using an ability, and sometimes I do have to use Leaping Sword, just kind of seems like whenever. I think I'll use it maybe immediately and see what that does for me. Because it's really the yellows I think that kills me. Alright, good here. Round 15 rolling in, let me get down Spike Factory. And now with the inclusion of Spike Factory, I think I should be fine for round 15. I'll use Leaping Sword there, just to give some time for spikes to build up. And yeah, perfect. Alright, so next thing I want to get is bigger stacks, just to make this a little bit more reliable. After we get bigger stacks, I do want to go for kind of Alpha Buff Sada, that'll be pretty good. And so yeah, I do actually kind of like Workshop. I think it's I'd say it's a pretty fun map to play on. Not really sure why that is, honestly. When I first was kind of planning for it, it was a tad bit frustrating. I was kind of getting used to the mobs going from here to here, making like an L shape. Yeah, having this short amount of time to beat mobs really was kind of hard to kind of contend with first. Especially for kind of mid-game rounds. But I was able to come up with a strategy that kind of alleviated some of that pain. Now, most strategies involving this map do use Permaspike, and I originally did want to use Permaspike when I was first planning a strategy for this map. I kind of changed my mind because I didn't really feel like doing Permaspike, as well as just the fact that Permaspike does kind of require stalling in order to kind of make the most of it. I don't really want to rely on stall strategies, so I guess I just won't use Permaspike here. Alright, stronger stim now, just in time for 28. Let's this round might be annoying. I think I'll just use this immediately, just off out. And then I don't think it'll come up in time for next round. Let me get White Hot Spikes, because I think I can save for Spike Balls now. Also, round 40 is going to be a bit of annoying because our mob defense at this round, for that round, is going to be pretty much non-existent. Best thing we're going to have is we're going to have Spike Balls, and that's pretty much it. So I do need to time Sada's Leaping Sword ability, so that way she drops down whenever the mob pops into ceramics. So that way she can one-shot them. So for round 36, we do need to use Leaping Sword for the first wave, so that way Spike Balls actually has time to build up spikes. If not, we will die to the first wave. And the subsequent waves are pretty easy. And so next thing I want to get is I do want to drop my Boomerang, which I'm going to put right here. It's not going to be too useful for the mid-game, but that's fine. Wasn't really relying on it for mid-game defense anyways. Alright, so for round 39, I turned off auto start because I do need to use the reverse motor immediately. Alright, hopefully I don't screw up this round. So, turn on the motor. And I gotta watch carefully for when the mob's about to pop. So, here, perfect. That was really good. Let me get Berserker Brew on this. And then, do I want to save up for more glaives or Super Monkey now? I think I'll save for more glaives because our balloon defense is kind of sketch. I guess our mob defense is also kind of sketch too, so. But I don't have to worry about a mob until 50. Yeah, we kind of suck against Cerams. Hopefully spike balls can clean this up. Oof, that was a bit scary, but we do have more glaives now. And there is space, surprisingly, to fit a super monkey like here-ish. So this will be a really good spot, as it does heavily focus the mob lane, which is mainly what super monkey is here for. Yeah, any ceramic rounds can be pretty brutal. Let me get knockback. I think with the inclusion knockback, that makes round 50 less scary. I wonder if I can afford Dark Knight before the mob is huge on 50, because this guarantees we win. Yeah, Dark Knight's cracked. Alright, once we get Plasma Blast, I think will be time to save up for Spiked Mines, and after that we're gonna rush Glaive Lord. Well, I probably should get a tier 4 elk first. The only thing is I do have to penny pinch a little bit, because I need to afford Glaive Lord before the ZMG on 80. If not, we basically die, as Dark Knight can't really handle a ZMG on its own. And Spike Mine just doesn't have enough time to kind of clean up the insides. I could use the track extensions, but I really don't want to do that this early. Alright, round 50, I need to use this immediately, around 55. Because even with Dark Knight, we can get overwhelmed by Cerams. Spike Balls just doesn't have enough time to build up spikes. Alright, Spike Mines now. This run's going pretty good so far. Hopefully I can beat this first try, as I really don't want to restart this. But in terms of difficulty for Workshop, I'd say this is kind of... It's definitely above something like Dark Castle or Infernal. But it's not really up there like, you know, Muddy Puddles or Bloody Puddles or like any of those ones. Alright, so for 63 I need to use abilities. I need to use this one first. And then for wave 2 I need to use Leaping Sword. Like that. But yeah. Workshop in terms of extra maps is not like absurdly difficult. Definitely is a step up from all the like advanced, but it's not like brutal. Oh, I need a stretch the imagination. Now these rounds where the mobs kind of come out immediately do worry me a little bit, because Spike Mine just doesn't have time to build up spikes. I was kind of debating if 402 would be better on this map, just because, even though the increased attack speed would be better for kind of longer maps, here, because Sun Spike Mine just doesn't have the time to kind of build up spike piles, you know, getting that boost in the rounds might actually be better here. I didn't do any testing for that theory kind of at all, and so I just kind of kept 420 Spike Mines around. Alright, we've now reached the 70s. Now the 70s are actually kind of difficult. Just mainly for rounds like 75 and 76. 75 has a ton of balloons and just BFBs in this round, so Spike Mines is really out to tank pretty much all of that. And I can't use Sawed level 10 because I need that for 76. So I might use Reverse Motor for 75. I think I'll do it immediately. Yeah, I'll do it immediately. It's 30 seconds, which is quite a long time. I think I'll use Leaping Sword towards the end. Something like that. Perfect. 76, we just use Sawed 10. Hopefully I didn't use it too early. No, we're fine. Okay. 77 I don't think is difficult at all. 77 is kind of difficult actually. I can use Sawed 10 here. Because I mean, we'll have Glaive Lord up for the ceramic wave on 78, so I'm not too worried about that. So with Glaive Lord afforded, it is now time to drop down Mermonkey, which I'll get like right here. Alright, 79 is going to be made easy. Thankfully kind of the early 80 rounds are going to be pretty simple up until we get Final Harmonic. Because after we get Final Harmonic, it's not going to be like a free win GG. As I do think Glaive Lord does get Pierce Cap now, because its Pierce was reduced, I believe. Alright, so ZMG should also be made easy as well. Yep. Alright, Symphonic Resonance now. I think I'll get it like here, I think is fine. I don't think we're going to get any range buffs for it, because I don't think it's worth it. Alright, so what I want to do is I would like to Jungle Drums buff this guy, just a little bit. As well as Jungle Drums buff these two guys down here. I'm not too worried about DDTs on 80, or not 80, 90. As Dark Knight does pretty good DDT damage, and there's only 3 of them. So as long as Spike Mines can kind of tank like at least 2. Alright, Symphonic Resonance, perfect. Gonna start working on Camo Defense. And then after that, we're just gonna invest straight into support. Alright, so 94, I've actually died a few times to this round in testing. We got Relentless Glue up now. I'm not actually sure why I died to this round sometimes. It just, I don't know, just kind of happens. Hopefully that doesn't end up being kind of the case here. I don't think it should, but who knows. Alright, so even though we won't have Sabo up immediately, I'm not worried at all for 95. The Sabo here is mainly for 98. And 97 shouldn't be too bad at all. Nope. Here comes 98. I think I'll use Sabo immediately. I'll use it like now. Alright, I don't think we'll need this, but just in case. It'd be pretty embarrassing to die on around 100. Use Leaping Sword, because why not? Ah, 98. If I use Sabo later, hold on. Yeah, this isn't a black border, but if I use Sabo later, that might help. Either that, or I could use Reverse Motor again. Not Mortar. So if I use it, like, now... Alright, so all ZMGs are popped, so that's good. Yeah, if I just used Sabo later, who would have won that one? Hold on, I didn't get this down. Alright, let's see. I don't think Fortified DT shouldn't be an issue. Alright, then let me get track extensions. But as you can see, yeah, they are absolutely, these two guys are like shredding the bad. Yeah, that is kind of frustrating that I actually had to do this again, since this isn't a black border. But yeah, that would have worked. So let's do another run and then cut to that one, showing me actually beating the last 2 rounds. But yeah, pretty simple and kind of fun strategy showcasing the, I wouldn't say OP combo, but a really good combo of these two. As well as kind of showing some Spike Mines appreciation, because you don't really see Spike Mines kind of used too often. But anyways, here are the last 2 rounds for an actual black border attempt this time.